Y'all done thought old boy had died or fell off the wagon or retired or something, didn't you? I'm old. I'm not that old. Hopefully I still have many good YouTube years left in me. At least I hope so. But it has been a hot minute in more than one way since our last upload. Not only has it been a long time since I've dropped a video, but what in the Satan's ass crack on Taco Tuesday is going? It has been so hot this summer. I have lived in Florida for 32-ish years now, so hot is kind of like my neutral, but damn. I'm planning my next vacation to the 7th circle of hell just so I can cool off a little bit. My AC actually picked up, flipped me off, and hauled ass the other day, said it was going to China for better work conditions. This shit is silly, y'all. And it has been even longer since we've done an update on the garage remodel, the garage gym. So today we are gonna knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. We're gonna get an upload knocked out, and we're gonna do the garage gym tour, and hopefully get it all done before midday when this garage turns into, well, a very unpleasant place to be, and then I start getting sweat rings and shit.
Took a little break, but I swear that I'm back. Going ask anybody, put a city on the map. They was trying to call when they sent a contract, but I never reply unless they send it for the max. Everything I said, man, they know it's all facts. Told them if they want a verse, and they go and get text. Told them last year that I'm coming for it all. Go and check the numbers, dog, I'm putting up stats. Yeah.
I worked out in commercial gyms for years. And commercial gyms are good for a lot of things. There's usually tons of different really good equipment. It's climate controlled, which is nice because a lot of garage gyms are not. A lot of them offer classes if that's the kind of thing that motivates you and you want to be in a room with a bunch of people sweating and farting. And a lot of times they do have personal trainers, which again can be a pro or a con, because honestly some of the personal trainers at gyms are kind of a joke, but I'm sure there's some good ones out there. But along with those pros, and in my opinion, probably more cons than pros. A lot of commercial gyms have the unfortunate side effect of being extremely crowded. You have to wait on popular equipment. You got some jokers over on the frickin' power racks doing 18 sets of curls, and some other guy on the other machine you want to use doing 30 sets of texting. You got some other dick knuckle across the gym, has 15 sets of dumbbells, and thinks he just owns the entire rack of dumbbells. Gyms are also kind of gross if you think about it. You're about to get on a piece of equipment, maybe even have your face pretty close to a piece of equipment that somebody just ass sweat all over. Most of the time at best you're getting a little towel wipe off. That's not getting those ass crumbs off there. There's no way. There are still ass flakes on that seat, 100%. And there's always the stereotypical guy that doesn't believe in deodorant, getting wafted from BO from some guy that smells like Bigfoot's dick. It's horrible.
Stings the nostrils.
Most gyms are not 24 hours. Some of them out there definitely are, I know that, but a lot of them aren't, which then further restricts what times you can and can't work out. Gyms have rules. For instance, I like to work out barefoot a lot, especially when I'm doing deadlifts and stuff. And most gyms are not gonna be cool with me over Barney Rubble and it doing deadlifts. In my gym, I can work out barefoot and naked if I want to. Of course, I better close my garage door. My neighbors might not be a big fan, but you get the drift. You have to drive there, drive back, which then adds more time and more hurdles in front of you getting your workout done every day. And we're not even gonna talk about the old guys. What is with like 65-plus-year-old guys liking to stand just straight balls out, no pants on, in Captain Morgan pose while making direct eye contact, very uncomfortable direct eye contact. I know you got to change in locker rooms, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with dropping your drawers and changing or coming out of the shower, but these guys just strut around. There was one guy actually blow dry. The old guys in the locker rooms at commercial gyms are weird. I'm just saying.
Don't you mouth off to me or I'm gonna slap you right in your penis.
So for all of the reasons mentioned, this is why I gave up on commercial gyms years ago and chose to go to the old home gym situation. Now, home gyms aren't perfect. They definitely have a cons list of their own, but still, I highly recommend, if you have the space and the means, to build yourself out a home gym. All right, before we start going through the equipment we picked for the gym, let's take a second to thank today's sponsors and talk about another thing I do every day to help support my health, and that's AG1. AG1 is the quickest, easiest way to make sure you are filling all those nutritional gaps in your diet. AG1 is a daily foundational nutritional supplement that supports whole body health, all in just one simple scoop a day, mixed in about 6 or 8 ounces of water. Kind of one-stop shop with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. ingredients. AG1 has a dairy-free probiotic and prebiotic, also has adaptogens and antioxidants, a superfood complex with antioxidants that are known to counteract free radicals. And don't let the color scare you. Do not be like my kids when they were 5 and think that everything that is green tastes bad. This stuff actually has a really nice flavor. If I want to crush my goals each day, I need to start my day off strong. So I start with AG1 each morning. It gives me a solid foundation to support my health and kickstart my day off on the right foot. I've been using AG1 for over a year now, and I really have noticed the difference. My digestion is way better. I have way less stomach issues than I did a year ago before I started with AG1. I also just feel more focused, energized, and just generally better throughout the day. And being that we have traveled more this year and just generally we're on the go a lot, the AG1 travel packs are great to just throw in your backpack for on the go. The D vitamins are also really cool. You just throw a couple drops in with your AG1 drink in the morning and Bob's your uncle. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, make sure you head to the link in the description below, or you can just scan the QR code that should be along the bottom of the screen and get started with your AG1. When you use my link and subscribe, you will get one of AG1's welcome kits. That includes a shaker bottle, a canister, scooper, and a 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, plus 5 AG1 travel packs, all for free. Thanks again to the good folks at AG1 for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. All right, folks, let's get to checking out some of this equipment to get that swole on. One of the first pieces of equipment you should probably get for your home gym. It is the centerpiece of most people's gym, and it's probably the piece of equipment we use the most, is your power rack, your squat rack. This is the Rep Fitness PR5000. I absolutely love this thing. I love it. This is their 6-post version. It is 93 inches tall. You have 16 inches between the back uprights and then 41 inches between the front uprights. I went with the like a raw steel with a clear coat on it so it doesn't rust, which I think looks damn nice. I think I heard they're thinking about coming out with a stainless steel version, which would be even cooler. It's like a big kid's erector set, so you can mix and build different stuff. It's all this 3x3 square stock, and it all kind of blocks together. So you can do some crazy shit, build big, huge racks, smaller racks, really cool stuff. I also chose to add the high and low pulley because, you know, everybody says, oh, you can get a really good workout with just free weights and barbells and dumbbells, and you absolutely can, but having some pulleys really comes in great for some accessorial work, you know, lat pull downs, triceps, row. There's a lot of things. It's really nice to have pulleys. I will say, I am looking to upgrade this to, Rep just came out with a new system called the Aries 2.0, which is their weight stack version, and you can bolt it right into this existing rack. And not only does it give you a high and low pulley with weight stacks instead of having to plate load it, but there's also 2 adjustable arms that will go on the front for you to do cable flies, and adds a lot of stuff. So I am looking at upgrading that, but man, the damn thing's been on pre-order. I think if you buy it now, it doesn't ship till like late October, which kind of bums me out. Especially when me and my wife are working out together, instead of having to change plates constantly, it would be nice just to be able to move a pin to change the weight and keep moving. Also for this one, went with the hard safety stops on this. I know some people like the bands. I hate the pin style, but those things are a pain in the ass. The bands are nice, but I actually like the hard safeties. And then I got some just nice sandwich J-cups from the good folks at Rep. Rep does a good job with all their accessories that go with their stuff. And up at the top, what rack would be complete without the ability to do some good old pull-ups? One of the best exercises in the gym, pull-ups. I originally had a straight bar, pull-up bar, but I liked it, but the multi-grip's nice because you can do all your different neutral grips, wide, medium, whatever, pull-ups, chin-ups, all the things, all with one bar, and I really dig it. It's also a really good anchor point for my TRX system, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then bolted to either side of this rack, which actually I kind of feel like, look like a stewardess over here. Your seatbelt signs, nuts are that sounds weird. I used to have the Rogue rack over here for all my dumbbells and weights and stuff, and I really liked it. Very well done, very heavy duty. I think I put that in a video. Then Rep came out with this, which then just adds to your existing rack, which I really like because A, it just adds more beef and heft to the rack to make it very, very sturdy, but also it makes everything compact. Got your weight horns all the way out on the end, really easy to get to, close to your stuff when you're doing exercises. And the shelves are adjustable, so you can get dumbbells dumbbell shelves. You can get shelves that are meant for holding plates if you want a bunch of plate storage. You get flat shelves that are like multi-purpose for kettlebells, med balls, and all that stuff. Speaking of the stuff on the shelf, while we're over here, we might as well go over the shit that's on them. Over here, I have weight horns with some bumper plates. I have a mixture of regular iron plates and bumper plates. Bumper plates are definitely great for certain exercises and certain activities. They suck for other things because they take up a lot of space on the bar. I didn't go crazy with the expensive like competition bumper plates. I'm not doing CrossFit competitions or Olympic lifting or anything. This is just so when I drop weights in the gym, it doesn't sound like I just exploded my foundation. They're a mixture of Titan and Rep plain black bumper plates, and they're great. I haven't had any problems with them, they're fantastic. Here is just your normal rubber hex dumbbell set. We have 5 up to 50 pounds. The reason I did 5 to 50 is because once you get above 50, the dumbbells get big and they take up a shitload of space, in which a garage gym usually don't have a lot of. So my theory, 5 to 50 in fixed dumbbells, because up to 50, they don't take up a ton of space. You can fit them in a relatively small area. To this point, I haven't really liked adjustable dumbbells, but Rep is coming out with one called the Pepin. It adjusts from, I think it's around 10 pounds up to 125 pounds in a nice adjustable dumbbell that seems really well built, sturdy. It's not big and weird like Power Blocks. It's very similar form factor to a normal dumbbell. So in the lower range, I have individual ones for easy access, but in the upper range, 55 plus up to 125, I still have a solution for that without taking up an entire wall in my gym. Down below, I do have an assortment of kettlebells. Got some of them over here and some on the shelf on the other side. I do like incorporating kettlebell work into some of my routines, so handy to have some kettlebells around. These shelves are different. So this and this is the dumbbell shelf. That one and that one are the flat shelves. So we got kettlebells down there, and up there we just use that as kind of a shoe shelf. Also some Rep urethane change plates, like 5 and 10 pound plates, which by the way, those are really, really good change plates. They're like urethane coated, pretty reasonable price, really nice. Oh, also these things. You guys haven't seen these things. These things are fantastic. These are called micro gains, and they are 2.5 pound increments, and they snap onto dumbbells. They look kind of funny on these little bitty dumbbells, but all they do is clip right on there, and that's 2.5 pounds. You get another one that slips on right there, and then now you've taken this from a 10 to a 50 pound dumbbell. You don't necessarily have to have 5 pound increments in dumbbells. You can do 10 pound increments, slap one of these on either side of the dumbbell, and then you've got 5 pound increments. Nice, inexpensive way to also keep your amount of dumbbells you have to house down if you're tight for space. Micro gains, really nice. Pretty much the same setup on this side. You've got more kettlebells down here with a flat. On this side though, I didn't do any dumbbell shelves. These are all just the flat, I think they're called utility shelves. Weight horns on the side, weight horns on the top with the change plates, some slam balls. Again, for functional training and different kind of exercises, we like incorporating these in our workouts at times. So we do have 25 through 45 and a 15. Sometimes the wife likes the lighter balls. She doesn't like handling the big balls all the time.
That's what she said.
You guys know I had to at least once in this video. Come on, give it a break. Wife's yoga mat because she doesn't like getting down on the ground. You can store whatever you want on these things. I mean, we got yoga mats, ab rollers, slam balls, med balls, lots of balls. Lots of balls in this gym, lots of balls. And what gym would be a gym without all the shit wall? I did a video on this too. This is, I built this out of, to kind of cover up because my air handler and everything and my water heater's over here. So I kind of built this wall in front of it that opens so I can have access to it. Wall control, metal pegboard, which is great because it's super strong, holds a lot of weight, which you need for all this kind of shit. And this gives me just a good place to organize all the crap. Got battle ropes over there, resistance bands, things for pull-ups, different attachments for the low and high pulleys, TRX bands, chalk bucket. By the way, I know that chalk bucket looks tired as fuck, but I've had that chalk bucket in different home gyms for probably 10 years now, and it just kind of moves from place to place. So I love that chalk bucket, even though it looks like shit. By the way, if you don't have chalk in your gym, you're not working out right. And especially in a home gym where you're sweating your ass off and your hands get really slippery because all the sweat, chalk is a savior. These things, by the way, I forgot what they're called, the name of them. I'll link them down below. I found them on Amazon. They're not the original brand of these. They're some knockoffs I found on Amazon, but they're so much cheaper. The original branded version of these, I think they're like 140 or so a piece. I got this whole set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things for like 150 or 160 bucks on Amazon. And I really like them. The wife loves them. I like them better than your traditional. It kind of takes a lot of your grip out of it when you're doing back work. Anyway, rubber coated, good grip. They're fantastic. Really like those. Foam block down here for doing box jumps and different types of shit. You gotta have one of those in your gym. Huge ass fan. And then over there, which it's off camera, but I'll show some B-roll or something, a swamp cooler. If you do not have an air conditioned gym, like in your home gym, you're gonna need both of those things. A fan to move some air or you're gonna die. And a swamp cooler is kind of the saving grace for us for right now in the summer, until we might put a mini split in here, air condition the space, but for right now we don't. And the swamp cooler has been a savior. Basically, a swamp cooler is a big fan that has water below it, and it pumps the water up and trickles the water across these grates that sit behind the fan. So then as the fan is pulling air, it's pulling air across these moistened grates, which then cools the air. Air coming out of a swamp cooler is probably, I don't know, maybe 10 degrees cooler than ambient temperature. When it is 115-degree heat index in Florida and we're out here working out, something blowing air that's 5 or 10 degrees below ambient temperature is a savior. You do have to leave the garage door open when you're running it. You don't want to run it in an enclosed space because it then bumps the humidity up very quickly, and then it'll be swampier than Lizzo's bike seat in July up in this bitch. And we also use it out back when we're grilling in the summer and stuff, because it just, again, that 10-degree colder air blowing on you feels fantastic when it's like 120 degrees outside. And then this, probably one of my least favorite, but honestly a very important part of any gym, is the cardio area. I'm not a huge fan of cardio, but you got to do it, so it's here. I've got a Concept 3 rower, or Concept 2, what the hell, Concept 3? Concept 2 rower. That's a Rogue wall mount for that, which is really nice because that damn thing is long and it takes up a bunch of space. It's very light though, so it's nice to be able to just hang it up on the wall, get it out of the way, and when you want to use it, you just pull it down. A Assault Fitness treadmill. Assault Runner Pro is the name of this. This is one of those non-electric treadmills that just goes off your own, you make it move. It was designed, because of the curve and everything, to mimic a good stride. An old buddy of mine said my running style, he described it as a wounded buffalo. So this helps me when I'm running keep in the proper stride you should when running, because it's not natural to me. Also really great for when the weather's bad. It's good for walking. We throw on some Ruck packs with some weight on it and walk on this thing. Interval training, like HIIT training, if you want to do sprint run, it's great for that. If you start sprinting, it starts going. When you start slowing down, it slows down. There's no messing with dials and shit. So really big fan of this thing. I've had a couple treadmills and I've never used them. This is the first one that I actually enjoy using. And then we call that Satan's tricycle. That is the Rogue Echo bike. If you've never been on one of those things, it will snatch your fucking soul, okay? If you enjoy throwing up during a workout, you should for sure get one of those. Out of all the stuff in this gym, that has made me throw up more times working out than any other piece of equipment I've ever used. There's something about, I don't know what it is, it makes you want to die. There's a reason I call it Satan's tricycle. It's horrible, but it is a great piece of equipment for really building up some cardio and really doing HIIT training and pushing. It's great for that. It's also great for making you puke. So we've got one of those. And that pretty much covers our cardio area. We kind of try to keep it all in one spot. It's also just great to get out and actually walk out in the outdoors, which is nice, and do your cardio outdoors, but it's nice to have something in the gym so you can do it in here also. Moving around to this half of the gym, area we got to do some work on still. I'm not completely done with this side of the gym. This is my newest acquisition, which I am a big fan of. This is the Force USA Compact Hack Squat Leg Press. I know you could just do squats and deadlifts and stuff, and that's all great for legs, but sometimes it's nice to have something to vary your training. Also nice to have something like leg press that you can really wear out your legs. Maybe you did heavy deadlifts the day before, heavy back, and your back's just kind of shot. It's nice to have something like a leg press that you can get on, kind of takes that pressure off of your spine and lets you really crush your leg. We don't skip leg day in the Cyrus household. I got the compact version because it, again, in a garage gym, space is, a big deal. Maybe I will do a full review on this thing one day if it's something you guys want, but the short summary, fantastic for leg press, good for hack squat, not perfect. Also really good for calves. It's got a calf attachment, huge plate down here that is adjustable. So if you have shitty ankle mobility, and it's nice and big so you can really get whatever kind of foot placement you want. A lot of these things, the foot plates are tiny and you're just stuck in this one spot. Smooth rollers on it. Leg press, it is excellent. Another weight tree over here with just some good old school iron plates. No reason for bumpers on something like this. Much cheaper to get iron plates. Those are actually called old school iron plates from Rep Fitness. And they also take up less weight, so you can stack more weight on these slightly shorter weight sleeves on this machine, which is nice. Moving over to here, this is the piece of equipment that I will say, if you're thinking about building a home gym, unless you're really into CrossFit and you're doing that kind of thing where you need a designated GHD, I would say skip it. GHDs are great. You can use it for different kinds of sit-ups and stuff, which is fantastic. But the problem is it's huge. For what you can do on it, it takes up a lot of space. So that thing is gonna go bye-bye very soon. I actually ordered a new piece of equipment that is like a compact GHD. It also allows you to do Nordic curls, it allows you to do back extensions, it allows you to do like 5 or 6 different exercises in a smaller footprint than that thing. So maybe we'll talk about that in a future video. And that will allow me to, in that back section over there, once I get that cleaned out, I'm gonna get a Rogue Rhino belt squat that will go over in that corner, which will further flush out our leg development. And then I'll have space for the more compact thing over here. So changes to come. Nothing to do with the home gym itself, but you guys saw, this was the Husky Home Depot shelving workbench cabinet system that I put in back when we first started this garage update situation. Big fan of it. I think it looks nice. It's held up really well, lots of storage, and it keeps everything in the garage gym looking clean and nice, which I know working out, it's not all about like it looking nice. People come and work out in dusty basements that everything's rusted and still get a really good workout. But for me, it helps me stay motivated to come out into a nice space that's clean and organized and not cluttered. Also, more of the wall control metal pegboards in there, just saying. Lastly, I almost forgot, go over here and just get one. We got 2 of these. I got a green one and a black one. These little guys. These are from a company, Ruck, which is local to Jacksonville, which is just right north of me here in St. Augustine. They're little backpacks that you can put on, and they're specifically designed just to add weight. It's kind of like a weight vest, but different. So it's because it's just on the back, so it's kind of more Ruck style, but they have these plates that go in them that they come in 20 and 30 pounds, and it just allows you to add 20 or 30 pounds, whether you're going on a walk or you're going on a run or you want to do push-ups or pull-ups or whatever, instead of having to hang weight off your waist while you're doing dips or pull-ups, or if you're doing push-ups, instead of putting a plate on your back and it falling off. You can ruck with these things. You can use it to add weight to different body weight movements. They're really nice. I enjoy having those. And we have one for me and the wife because rucking is a great way to exercise. One other part of this gym that I still need to flush out a little bit, my normal Olympic bar, the one we have is called the Wonder Bar. It is just a very typical Olympic sleeve. It's just a good multi-purpose bar. It doesn't especially do any of them fantastic, but it does all of them well, and it's reasonably priced. I think it was around 250 bucks. So really good bar for just a general bar for the gym. We also have a Rep rackable easy curl bar, which is nice because being able to rack it when you're doing skull crushers, different types of exercise, sometimes it's nice just to be able to have that in a rack. It's easier to unload and load weights, things like that. Sun's out, guns out, baby, you gotta have arm day. So we do have those too. And then this, the Rep open trap bar, probably my favorite specialty bar we have. This thing is fantastic. Removable handles that you can change the width, grip, and different stuff on, which is really nice. Fantastic knurling. My wife says it's a little too aggressive for her. She thinks it hurts her hands, but for deadlifting, you want the aggressive knurling. It's really, really nice. Nice wide sleeves. It is also rackable, so you can use it as like a cambered bar for squats, things like that. It's got the built-in weight jack, so you put it up on the ends here. You can easily load your weights on and off when you're unloading and loading a shitload of plates on deadlift day. Really reasonably priced. Just a big fan of the Rep open trap bar. And if you're an old guy like me, doing your deadlifts on an open trap bar really helps my back. An open trap bar is a great way to, if you still want to deadlift, but maybe you got some mobility issues or back issues as you get older. Love it. Rep open trap bar. Couldn't go through the gym tour without mentioning it. Floor stall mats. Unless you just have a lot of money and like wasting it, in my opinion, stall mats are the way to go. I've had stall mats in a couple different garages in my life, and you get them at Tractor Supply. They're thick as hell. They're like 3/4 inch thick, bulletproof just about. You can get the rollout gym floor, and if you really want to spend the money, it does look nice and it's good stuff, but I mean, it's so expensive. It is like a quarter to a half the price of getting rollout gym floor, and this stuff is just about indestructible. So I'm a big fan of the stall mats. The lighting in here, I did a whole video on this. I'll link it up below. Jesus Christ. I'll link it up above or below. What the fuck is going on? It's the heat, it's getting to me. My camera's actually shut off twice because that's how hot it is out here. My camera shut off due to overheating. So you'll appreciate why your boy's probably gonna move to a mini split out here at some point. Forgot the name of them. I will link them down below. They're LED strip lights. They all link together. Very easy to install. Put off a nice amount of light, and I think they look good. Oh, Rogue rings. Rings are one of those things, very low cost addition to your gym, but a lot of functionality. You can do dips on them, you can do pulls, you can do push-ups, all kinds of different things you can do on rings, and they're super cheap. So rings are a good thing to add to your gym. Ruck, this side of the gym, floor, ceiling lights, rings, cardio, wall, rack, rep. I didn't go over the bench. The reason I didn't go over my bench is because honestly, it's nothing special. It's just an adjustable bench from, I believe we got it from Titan. That is one of the things that I still want to upgrade. It works fine, but I would like to get like a nice rep or maybe a Rogue bench of some adjustable bench of some nature. There's a couple I've had my eye on. So whenever we upgrade that to something worth mention, I'll add that to the next update we do. I think that's it. Well, folks, that is about it. I think we covered everything. If there is details you guys want on any of the stuff in here, let me know, and maybe I'll do full reviews on particular items so I can get a little more into detail on some of it. But I think that wraps up the gym tour as it sits right now. Again, there's a couple things that are not perfected yet that I'm going to be changing over the next couple months, and once I get everything really dialed in, we'll do an update again. Garage gyms, new equipment comes out, are ever evolving, certainly, so not to say that'll be the last one ever. Pretty damn dialed in to where it'll be good for a while at least. That's it, folks. It is hotter than the pits of hell out here, so before I completely sweat through this shirt, promise it will not be 3 months until my next video. There's a lot of things going on. We won't go into a big explanation of why it took so long for me to upload, but I promise I'm not gone. We will be having regular uploads going forward. If you did like this video, smash that like button. That always helps us out. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh my God, it's so hot. Why do I live in Florida? I'm ready for winter. Winter, please, please winter. Get here, please.